Am I the asshole, AITA, for insisting on having my daughters at my wedding despite my fiancé's disapproval? Posted on subreddit, Am I the Asshole by Status Anonymous.
Before I, a 35 years old female, met my fiancé Robin, 37 years old male, I was a single mom of 2 girls, currently 12 and 14 years old.
My daughters are my priority. They have been since the day they were born, and I do all I could to play both parents to them to be able to fully give them a stable life. Robin then came around and he absolutely adored them the day he met them. He even refers to each one of them as his left eye, right eye. That's how precious they are to him. We're getting married soon. He wants a child-free wedding and promised to make all of his family commit to this rule. However, when I took my daughters dress shopping and came home to show him the dresses they picked for the wedding, he went quiet and then pulled into the kitchen to have a talk. I noticed something was wrong, so I asked, and he told me that my daughters are also included in the no children rule. I told him those are my kids and their mom is getting married, of course they will want to attend. He said that if his family finds out, there's gonna be a problem and they'll accuse him of being a doormat and playing favorites between them and me. I said that was unacceptable and that no matter what the rules are, my daughters are always an exception. They're my daughters. He insisted that they stay home with a babysitter, but I refused. He said it was just one day and I was making it a big deal. I replied that it was not just any day but the day of their mom and dad getting married. He got angry and started pacing around, saying he was trying his best to stay calm and collected. I was making really hard for him. I told him this was my final answer and he blew up and said that I have no respect for him and his family to act this inconsiderate towards them. I asked him if his family are protesting about my kids' presence just because I'm a single mom. He went quiet and then said I knew how much he loves them and that I was trying to flip the argument on him when it was me who was refusing to cooperate. He has gone quiet not only towards me but grew distant from the girls as well. They are now wondering why their dad, they call him dad, isn't speaking to them. Honestly, I'm not sure if taking this stance is the best decision, seeing how he reacted. Am I the asshole for choosing this as my hill to die on? Here are some of the replies they got. User Ostries81 replied, NTA, but you need to take some time and consider how he treats your kids. I wouldn't want my left eye and right eye to miss my wedding day. Have his interactions up to this point been performative for your benefit? Which Status Anonymous replied back, You're right, and I'm doing all I can to understand where he's coming from. He says I'm refusing to cooperate, but I never even thought this was an issue. Resident Caprice also replied with, Info, does his family know that your daughters exist? How can the no children rule apply to your children, especially, ESP, when they are supposed to be both of your kids and already teens? The dude is waving the marinara flag so hard. Which Status Anonymous replied back, Yes. They however did imply or act like my daughters aren't that important. I noticed how they act around them instantly, but my fiancé said his family just needed time and that they'll warm up to them soon. I don't see this happening, honestly. Hakuna Matata Rafiki chimed in with, These 2 gals are your daughters. There should be no discussions or arguments as to whether they should be in attendance at your wedding, or their mother's wedding. They should absolutely be in attendance for this moment. Your fiancé is not only punishing you, but he is punishing your daughters with a silent treatment and cold shoulder. This won't change after you marry him. If he treats them this way now, imagine what this means for his relationship with them in the future, the next time he gets angry and loses his temperament. Apparently, you're speaking up for yourself and your daughters is in direct defiance of his demands. This also won't change when you get married. You'll be expected to bow at his feet or reap the consequences, and so will your daughters. When people show you who they are, believe them the first time. As others have said, this is absolutely the hill to die on. Your daughters should always come first, no matter what. NTA, not the asshole. Edit, a humble thank you to all for the awards. Which Status Anonymous replied back, Thank you for this helpful input. Very useful and I appreciate it. Ruby6511 said, NTA, and I hope you end that engagement. He's showing you that your daughters are not important. Which Status Anonymous replied back, Honestly, I keep asking myself, what is this about? I keep thinking about his words and then see how he's behaving and I'm left feeling so confused. What do you think?